Breaking news coming in the last couple of minutes or so is being reported by certain outlets that two major WWE superstars could be set to return to WWE as soon as tonight on Monday Night Raw. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. And wow. This is getting very interesting. Now, we're going to be heading into spoiler territory here. So, if you don't want to be spoiled for what could happen on Monday Night Raw tonight, of course, tonight is the post-SummerSlam episode of Monday Night Raw on the USA Network. And what is being reported right now, and is being speculated and hinted at, most importantly, by WWE as well, is two major returns on Monday Night Raw tonight. I'm going to give you 5 seconds before I get into this massive spoiler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get into it, because tonight, possibly, if rumors are to be believed, could see the return of Sasha Banks and Naomi, shockingly, to WWE months after they were suspended indefinitely after walking out on the very same program that they could be returning to tonight. So let's get into this information. This is huge stuff here, folks. Now, it has been noted all day, and it must be said, there has been a lot of real cryptic stuff coming from some really reputable outlets all day. I should preface this saying that Sean Ross Sapp posted earlier today of Fightful. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful said, quote, on Twitter, "Someone told me tonight's WWE Raw sounds like a, quote, statement show." Now, he also followed that up by saying, "I don't know what this means, but I'll let you know when I do. A lot of people are focusing on statement, i.e. Banks' statement, Sasha Banks' finishing move. It raised a couple of eyebrows." It continues, WrestleVote, a really reputable online Twitter source, gets things right, has inside sources within WWE, has said, quote, "I'm told Raw tonight looks really good as of now and is a packed show. So much so, USA Network is allowing the first hour to be commercial free if WWE wants. The show's that good that they want as many people watching as possible. Therefore, they're willing to forego the commercials. It's that big. It's got that much buzz right now, and they've clearly been informed something big is going to happen. But WWE themselves are teasing that Sasha Banks and Naomi could be set to return this evening. They've posted out the following tweet. This was at 6 p.m. British summertime, my time over here in the UK. This was this afternoon, just about 2.5 hours ago of the time of recording. Quote, "With SummerSlam in the rear view, who will make the biggest statement tonight on hashtag WWE Raw?" Look at what they're doing, folks. They are slapping us in the face with the teasers here. Rear view, one of Naomi's biggest signature moves, and statement. They've got rear view and statement in the same thing. Yes, I know I sound like, or I look like that meme when he's got all of this, the string, and it's getting a lot of kind of conspiracies, and you're putting 2 and 2 together over there, and you're getting 5, 6, 7, 8. You're not getting the right numbers. I understand, but it feels like something is there. Now, after all of this sort of subtle stuff, we got a website, and it must be said, it's not the most reputable one around. It's not your Fightfuls, it's not your Wrestling Incs, it's not your, whoever it may be. It's not them, but WrestlingNews.co is saying that, quote, "As was noted earlier, Triple H plans to make a big statement with tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. The expectation is that Triple H will be bringing back names that either quit or were released by the company, and expect to see one major name back really soon, possibly as soon as tonight. WrestlingNews.co is reporting that an agreement has been reached for Sasha Banks and Naomi to return to the WWE. There is a belief that we might see them return on tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, the post-SummerSlam episode of Monday Night Raw, or if not tonight, in the very near future under the Triple H regime. Of course, it was reported last week by Dave Meltzer that WWE was looking at trying to work things out with Banks and Naomi, and it seems as if all is now well between both sides. The creative issues that Banks and Naomi had was with Vince McMahon and not Triple H. Therefore, with McMahon's departure from the company, his retirement, his resignation, him being out of WWE, and Triple H being in charge of one, talent relations, So re-signing them to the company, signing them to new deals, because remember, Sasha Banks and Naomi had expiring contracts in the near future, so the fact that they would be coming back, the implication would be that they would have re-signed with WWE. Triple H is in charge of that. He's the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations. In addition to that, he's the head of creative, so not only is he signing them to contracts, signing them to deals, he's also saying, oh, and by the way, when you're coming back, this is what you're going to be doing. If they are still going to be the Women's Tag Team Champions, he will be promising them, this is what we're going to be doing with the tag team division. It's going to be a new day. It is a new day. It's a new regime in WWE. The old man is gone. You can come back. Those creative frustrations you had, I had them too. And we are going to resolve them, and we are going to put on and create the best women's tag team division possible. So this could happen. One has to wonder, as I mentioned, if this return will also open the door for the return of the Women's Tag Team Championships in themselves, because they've remained dormant. No one knows what's going on with the Women's Tag Team titles. They were stripped, Sasha Banks and Naomi, of those Tag Team Championships, or they relinquished them when they walked out of WWE. And there was going to be this tournament, this fabled, mythic tournament. We're going to have a tournament to crown new champions. It never happened. Eventually, they just stopped talking about it. Because guess what? There were no women's tag teams on the main roster. I think there's one, Nikki ASH and Doudrop. There's no one else. They can't hold a tournament. They can't do anything. So it does lead one to think that possibly these two WWE superstars could be making their return tonight. And it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating, because these are two names that no one expected them to return. Nobody did, because Vince McMahon was in charge, and given the way that it happened, the walkout, we've seen how WWE has treated people in the past that have walked out the company. They're persona non grata, and these two females were no different. They've already started taking outside bookings, not wrestling bookings, but they're both booked for C2E2. And I think the expectation was, if I'm the person that organizes and runs that convention, I'm pulling my hair out, because I think I would have had the exclusive. And we know how much Sasha Banks is charging for these appearances, $30,000. So if C2E2 have dropped $30,000 to Sasha Banks, and now she's going back to WWE, the exclusive's gone. But I guess you could still get the exclusive of the story as to why she came back and how she came back. Maybe that's different ways to look at it, but I digress. It is a massive story. Again, take it with a pinch of salt. The only real website or outlet that I can see is really going with the story of they're definitely returning, or they're on their way back to WWE, is WrestlingNews.co, and no disrespect to them, but it's not, as I mentioned, you're really super credible people that would be dropping this kind of information. It's not that, but the hints are there. The seeds are there. As I mentioned, Sean Ross Sapp saying it was going to be a statement show. WrestleVote saying there's going to be a lot going on tonight. USA Network's really happy. The WWE Twitter account mentioning rear view statement as well. So it looks to be that Sasha Banks and Naomi are going to be returning. I'm going to be live probably at the time you see this video, or just after this video gets uploaded, because I think there's so much to talk about when it comes to interaction with you guys. So it's a major story. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestling News 365, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.